great to go visit a hometown for anybody. To align that with your job is pretty cool. I had a few experiences that with the Las Vegas Lights, playing the San Diego Loyal a couple years ago. It was great to see my parents in the stands like back in the old days. So um, yeah, it's fun to play again, to play in front of friends and family. But we have a job to do, and it's 3 points on the line in the MLS competition.
What do you expect test-wise from San Diego? Obviously, high line, they love to press and pressure. What do you think that factors into what you guys are going to do on Saturday?
Yeah, it's a very proactive team, active as well. Having that said, it's trying to dictate the pace of the game with and without the ball, and prioritize certain spaces due to the formations. So it's a team that is also full of confidence and momentum. So it looks like a team that's also trying to prove something, and those are always the right ingredients for success, and they've been successful so far. And so we've had a decent look at what they do well and maybe where there's some vulnerabilities, and it's now up to our players to apply those tools that we'll give them on Saturday. But we feel confident about having the right solutions.
Another full week of training for this match. Last week was obviously very fruitful for you guys, and bore out that on the field in Kansas City. What's your takeaways from the training this week? What did you see from the guys?
Yeah, some of the same. I think we used the training sessions well. I think we managed to cover some of the issues we had in KC, but we also solidified and confirmed what went well in KC. Certainly, and it's anytime we can get a full week of training means a lot for us as coaches and the players, and we keep building on the foundation we have. But at the same time, getting rid of some bad habits that creep in when you just go from game to game to game.
We talked about the quick touching in the midfield after the match. Is that something that was specific for Kansas City, or is that something you'd like to see from the team game in, game out?
I think in general you can say anytime our midfielders combine and stay close and connected, and really the heart of our team, I think that's not exclusive to any opponent. That's just good for LAFC, and frankly good for any team.
All right, we'll go over to Zoom now. We'll start off with Eduardo.
Hey, Coach, the new SoCal rival, San Diego. Does it feel like less pressure to have another rival in SoCal, or more added pressure to be the king of SoCal? What's your thoughts overall on the matchup? Thank you.
I think it's a very positive thing to have another team in Southern California, for sure. Excited to go and play them, and to see what it feels like and what the fan base feels like, and to have another venue on our busy schedule. More pressure, I wouldn't say. I think there's enough pressure in a salary cap league with 29 other teams. It's a very difficult league to have continued and sustained success in, because we all have the same tools. So I wouldn't say there's more pressure, but yeah, I see it very positive.
All right, we'll go. Sorry, go ahead,
I
Eduardo.
can ask another. Sorry, Mexican star Irving Lozano has been out a few games. How does this absence change the game plan and possible return this weekend? Does that change anything at all? Thank you.
I'm not sure it changes the way they play, and it won't change the way we play. It's just another quality player you have to watch out for. But every MLS team has quality players and offensive threats, and it's one we'll be prepared for, and the players will know what to do when and if he steps on the field.
All right, we'll go to Scott.
Hey, Steve. I'm wondering if you step back just a bit from your day-to-day, and as a San Diegan, what does having a team in MLS in San Diego mean, first off, to you, and how do you see it? What does it mean to the community there?
Well, I grew up at a time when San Diego was definitely a soccer city, and I grew up idolizing the San Diego Sockers. I really enjoyed having those idols and role models in my soccer life as a kid, and now having another professional team there means hopefully just that for all of the younger players in San Diego, and maybe also across the board in Tijuana. So it can only be positive for the community, and from what I remember, the very strong soccer community that there is in San Diego. And I think if done right, it can be quite the powerhouse.
Go over to Daniel Adams.
Hey Steve, with a quick turnaround between Saturday's match against San Diego and Wednesday night's CONCACAF Champions Cup match against Miami, how do you plan to manage player rotation this week?
I think it's not a problem yet managing the loading. We've had a normal week of training, been able to give guys some breaks when they need breaks, get a couple guys back from injury. So it's not necessarily an issue right now, or certainly in the first leg of that series. On the back end and in between, that becomes more of an issue and something we need to manage. So for now, it's not a big deal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kyle?
Yeah, Steve, this is for the Union Tribune down here in San Diego. Another hometown question for you. As you kind of think back on growing up and playing in the area, is there any one particular memory that really kind of has stood out to you or stuck with you throughout your time in the sport?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think the countless hours we spent at the training facility or training fields in La Jolla were very memorable. Waiting for your turn while the older players finished, and just making that drive from where I grew up in Rancho Penasquitos to La Jolla, where sometimes in the summer, we would go down to the beach and run and play some beach soccer, or have to go to certain parks, get relocated because the training facilities were, full, down to La Jolla Cove and just at various places around San Diego. I really enjoyed training and the time spent at the Nomads, where I really learned a lot and learned to love the game.
All right, we'll go over to Christian.
Thank you. Hi, Coach. Thanks for your time. What do you like most about Igor Jesus? He arrived and hasn't left the team since.
Yeah, Igor has showed at a young age already a high level of maturity, responsibility, and functionality in a position that's very important for our system. And he also has the ability to learn and get better, and we see great potential in the player, but already brings a level of technicality, mentality, and physicality that we absolutely need in that position. And so, really, the sky's the limits for Igor. I do see him getting better and progressing the more time we get to work with him and the more games he'll get. So we've been very happy with his start. I think in an ideal world, we don't make him play every game after arriving just this season, but the way our rosters are structured and the way the games have come, he's been needed a lot, and he's been fantastic, and we're happy to have him.
So one more personal note: we see Hanover in the next Bundesliga, the fight to go up.
Certainly hope so. I still watch a lot of their games and keep track of the results, scores, have family and friends still there, and I wish them all the best, and they should be and belong in the Bundesliga, but there's a lot of other teams that are fighting for that position this year as well, and we just wish them all the best down the stretch, but we'll find out.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, do we have anything else for Steve? Josh?
Just Denis coming back, reintegrating after international duty. Obviously, you guys had a lot of training sessions that he wasn't here for. So how do you feel like you guys put in the work, but he wasn't necessarily here? How does he benefit from what you guys did during that time?
Yeah, showing him what we did, and then showing the result. I think just integrating him into the group and having understanding and just filling in those gaps. That's all. Doesn't take a lot. Denis is an experienced player, knows us, knows the system, and knows what changes we've tried to make, and he's adapted very well.
And health-wise, he came back okay. Everybody else is all right. How's Olivier's same situation and Marlon as well?
Both are healthy. We'll make a decision tomorrow whether or not they'll contribute on the weekend, but both are healthy.
No, every one of us has a lot of San Diego ties because it's a nice place to be, and when we have 2 days off, always we have players that go there, so it's gonna be fun. Here, I remember San Luis 2 years ago when they built a new club, a new franchise. They are so hungry. They are so hungry to do big things, and we can see in that start of the season from San Diego, they have a good players. They have a good way to play, good ideas, and it's going to be a very difficult match. And we are going to create there a rivalry for sure. Like I said before, it's not now the rivalry is not created because a rivalry is not created because you are 2 hours from the other city. Something needs to happen, and we expect a very close game and a very hard game, and get the rivalry created, and let's see how it's going.
Yeah, another full week of practice for you, so it's been 2 in a row. What's it been like? What are you taking away from the 2 weeks that you've had?
We could see the other day against Kansas City. I think the first half was excellent. You can see it was so good for every one of us because we exactly work about that on all the week. We had 4 or 5 quality trainings to do it. Normally, when you have 2 games per week, your first objective is to rest people, to have everyone healthy. It's not about preparing tactically the game because you cannot do the efforts that much. And the last week we were fresh from day one of the week to make the efforts to work on our tactics, work on our idea, and this week the same. So we really prepare well. We improve some of the mistakes that we made against Kansas, and now we are more ready than last week to face this opponent that is a good opponent.
Okay, we'll go over to Zoom. We'll start with Eduardo.
Sí, hola Sergi, en español. ¿Cómo ves al equipo y la rivalidad con San Diego? Un equipo que está dando la sorpresa. Gracias.
Sí, como he dicho, va a ser un partido bonito. La rivalidad, pues esto toma tiempo, no por estar en la ciudad de al lado, prácticamente por estar en una ciudad cercana. Yo no lo considero rivalidad, pero seguro que van a pasar cosas en el futuro que van a crear esa rivalidad. Van a haber partidos importantes en los que nosotros vamos a ganar y ellos al año siguiente van a querer ir con esa venganza, o no, o al revés. Nosotros podemos perder contra ellos y luego querer devolverles el golpe y así es como se van creando las rivalidades, o también diferentes emparejamientos entre jugadores importantes de los dos equipos. Estas cosas van a surgir y va a ser interesante ver cómo se desarrolla todo. Y la verdad que sí, yo los he visto bastantes veces porque tenía mucha curiosidad durante el principio de temporada de cómo iban a ser y todo, y la verdad que es un equipo que trabaja muy bien, que tiene unas ideas muy buenas, agresivo. Ves a la gente que tiene hambre, que tiene ganas de demostrar, y va a ser un partido complicado.
¿Y cómo si viene el Chucky empieza o eso, substitute, cómo cambia el partido para ustedes? Gracias.
No, pues está claro que es un jugador que hay que tener una especial atención. Bueno, pero al final tampoco puedes basar todo tu juego en parar a un jugador. Yo creo que ellos lo bueno que tienen es el colectivo, también cómo presionan. Es un equipo muy bien trabajado y que, ya te digo, que seguramente semana a semana irá mejorando porque llevan poco tiempo trabajando juntos y conociéndose. O sea, yo no me puedo ni imaginar O sea, nosotros, por ejemplo, tenemos una base de jugadores y luego cuando añades a diferentes fichajes, pues los vas incorporando un poco en la dinámica. Ellos han tenido que crear una dinámica nueva con 25 jugadores nuevos. Es difícil, tenemos que aprovechar eso nosotros, que nos conocemos más y que tenemos esas ideas más trabajadas, llevamos tiempos jugando juntos. Y bueno, respecto a Chucky, pues muchísimo respeto por el jugador que es, así que intentaremos estar cerquita de él para que él no pueda desplegar su fútbol.
Gracias.
Okay, Daniel Adams.
Sergi, with a large number of LAFC fans expected to travel to San Diego for Saturday's match, can you talk about how that kind of away support impacts the team on the field?
That I remember when we play Galaxy away or in Rose Bowl or some games like this that we are close to the stadium, is make a huge impact. We are so proud always to see our black and gold fans there in the corner, making more noise than the whole stadium, and they are amazing. It's one of the things that I've been thinking a lot this week. I'm so excited to watch how the two fans will be in the crowd. For sure, I expect a lot of our fans, a lot of black and gold jerseys on the stands, and it's gonna be really fun to watch, and they are gonna have a lot of noise, and they are gonna push us to the victory and to do a good performance.
Okay, we'll go to Celso.
Hola Sergio, hablamos en español para los brasileños. Me gustaría hablar de Igor Jesus, las diferencias que ve en él jugó con Ilie Sánchez, un compatriota tuyo de
Sí.
España. Primeramente hable de las diferencias culturales, de jugar con un brasileño, el idioma y también de la edad. Es un jugador muy joven. ¿Cuáles las lesiones que intenta pasar a él? Es una parte muy importante de su defensa.
Bueno, pues la verdad que yo creo que le puedes preguntar a todos los jugadores del equipo y si les preguntas qué jugador te ha sorprendido más, creo que todos vamos a decir Igor. Ha sido increíble su adaptación desde el primer día, sus ganas de entrenar, sus ganas de trabajar duro. Aunque sea muy joven, tiene la cabeza muy bien asentada. Es increíble la actitud que tiene y después las condiciones que tiene, impresionantes. Es una roca defendiendo, es agresivo, también puede saltar a la presión, luego con balón es muy bueno, es capaz de proteger el balón muy bien para nosotros, es valiente. La verdad que es un jugador que yo le anticipo un futuro increíble. Va a ser, bueno, ya lo es, súper importante para nosotros y la verdad que encantados de tenerlo y esperemos que pueda seguir creciendo esta temporada como lo está haciendo, porque es una parte muy importante.
Cristian.
Okay, Cristian.
Gracias, la Sergi, gracias por el tiempo. La selección española está pasando por un gran momento, destacando jugadores de Barcelona. ¿Qué siente usted que creció en la Masía a ver brillar a las joyas de Barça?
Bueno, pues la verdad que no es ninguna sorpresa, la verdad, para mí. Cuando estás ahí ves cómo trabaja la gente ahí en la Masía, o no solo en la Masía, sino en todas las academias de fútbol de España, en el Valencia, en el Sevilla, Villarreal. Siempre todo el mundo tiene muy buenas academias y la verdad que, bueno, son gente que desde muy pequeños ya les han tratado como profesionales, ya les han enseñado a entender el juego, les han enseñado a adaptarse al juego moderno. Y son jugadores que tienen esa calidad y esa capacidad. La verdad que es un gusto ver a la selección española. Normalmente el fútbol de selecciones muchas veces es como no hay tanto tiempo para trabajar y son como jugadores nuevos y jugadores que no se conocen o que no han jugado juntos, suelen ser partidos un poquito más cerrados, más defensivos, conservadores, pero cuando ves a la selección española jugar es un gusto. Y ahora además con Nico y Lamine, una auténtica maravilla ver lo atrevidos que son con esa juventud. Es un equipo fresco que da gusto verlo y ojalá esos éxitos que está teniendo la selección pueda tenerlos también el Barça en los próximos años.
Okay, ¿algo más por Zoom? Anything else over Zoom? Okay, we'll finish with Josh one more.
Yeah.
You were asking about Igor Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you could share your thoughts.
Yeah. No, he's an amazing player. I think if you ask any one of us who surprised you the most in the beginning of the season, 100% of the guys we would tell you Igor, 100%. He's a guy that works hard. He's super young, but he's super committed already to the team. He's learning English fast. He's already. I saw him already talking with the attackers, guys like Denis, guys like David, how to organize the pressing. You can see, you see this and you say, wow, I like that. Shows personality, shows that he wants to help. He listens a lot. When you try to correct a mistake that he made, he listens and he thumbs up, and next time he gets better. It's a pleasure to play with him, honestly. He's good in the pressing, he's strong in the ball. I only have good things to say about him, and let's hope he continue to improve, and he's already a super important player for us, but he's gonna be an important player for us a lot, much more. Is the sky is the limit for him, I would say. Thank you.
Okay.
I think this is the first time you've spoken with us since you've been to Los Angeles. So, how do you make of your first 2 months here at the club? And it's a little cold today, but otherwise, Los Angeles is a beautiful city. How have you acclimated to living here as well?
Então, a pergunta é, primeiro, que é a sua primeira vez em falar com as pessoas aqui em Los Angeles. Como tem sido o seu tempo em Los Angeles com o time e os primeiros meses que você tem passado em Los Angeles? Como tem sido?
Okay.
Tem sido tranquilo, ainda mais aqui no clube, como tem o Marlon, tem o Mark também que fala português, e também a maioria do pessoal fala espanhol, que dá para me compreender bastante, mas o inglês tem sido um pouquinho complicado, mas estou estudando para aprender o mais rápido possível. E não tenho saído muito, não tenho tido muito contato com as pessoas fora daqui do clube, e então tem sido tranquilo.
So he says that so far it's been really chill, really relaxed. He's enjoyed being on the team, especially with some of the other players who speak Portuguese, and many of them speak Spanish, which is helpful for him. And he says that he's studying to learn English as quickly as he can. Aside from bonding with his teammates, he hasn't gone out very much around LA, but it's overall just been a very chill, good experience.
And on the field, how has it come together for you? You've been asked to do a lot very early. What do you think of the level of competition here and what you're seeing from the teams that you face?
No campo, como tem sido para você? Você foi solicitado a fazer muita coisa ao início? Como tem sido a competição?
Tem sido tranquilo, não tenho tido muita dificuldade para compreender a comissão técnica, e também, como disse, tem o Mark, né, que me ajuda bastante também em questão a isso, e então tem sido tranquilo.
Okay, now we'll go over to Zoom. We'll start with Celso.
Apologies. Maybe since we have the translator, we'll keep it in English, or would you prefer me to speak Portuguese directly, guys? What would you prefer?
If you want to go ahead and ask in Portuguese, and then Jessica, if you wouldn't mind just translating the answer to English.
Very good. Ok. Muito bem. Prazer, Igor. Celso Oliveira, Victor MLS Beachside. Gostaria de saber primeiramente da sua reação à torcida nos Estados Unidos e na MLS, né? E você vem de dois lugares onde a torcida é bem maior, primeiramente o Flamengo, né? Então fale um pouco da sua reação de ver os torcedores como a 3252, uma torcida organizada, e também seus sentimentos sobre o jogo desse fim de semana em San Diego, que promete mais de 30 mil pessoas nas arquibancadas, um público bem alto para a nossa liga.
Fala, Celso, prazer estar falando com você. Cara, eu tenho me surpreendido bastante com a torcida, porque é uma torcida, eu percebi que é bastante acolhedora, que apoia desde o início do começo do jogo, está ali sempre cantando, até mesmo no final do jogo. Eu acho muito bacana ali um momento que a gente passa junto ali, curtindo, ainda mais quando a gente tem a vitória, curtindo junto, compartilhando esse momento que é prazeroso, né, pra gente, muito especial compartilhar com eles e poder retribuir também, né, com a vitória no final do jogo e compartilhar esse momento. E sobre o jogo esse final de semana, as expectativas é a melhor possível. Acredito que temos evoluído bastante, todo o grupo, então é a expectativa de fazer um bom jogo, um jogo bastante consistente e poder sair com a vitória.
If you guys want to translate, I have one more question.
Sure. So the question was about the fan base and about the interaction with fans since his time in LA, and also about the upcoming game in San Diego. Igor said that the fans have really surprised him. They've been amazing. They've really been with the team from start to finish, and it's just been something that he's really enjoyed and really liked and has been surprising with him. It's been wonderful to share those sentiments of excitement with the fans. This weekend with the upcoming game, he's hoping for a good outcome and to make the fans happy.
Muito bem, mais uma pergunta. E no fator campo, né, a gente né, contra o futebol que você já jogou no Brasil e jogou em Portugal também, na Europa, o estilo de jogo aqui, primeiramente nesses 2-3 meses que você já sentiu, né, no campo, quais são as diferenças que você já sentiu que são específicas da MLS como a liga? Real quick, just to keep it easy, I'm just asking him the fundamental differences between both leagues that he played in Brazil, both country, and he now playing MLS. I'm wondering what the differences are between the two, just to make it easy. Go ahead, Igor.
Não compreendi o início, porque travou no início.
La pregunta?
Sim.
Can you ask the question one more time in Portuguese, Celso?
Ok, my bad. A minha pergunta é, no jogo, no campo, você já sentiu as diferenças entre a MLS e as ligas onde você já jogou no Brasil, né, e em Portugal?
Então, aqui eu achei o jogo mais técnico, mais posicional, assim, a diferença de Portugal, porque em Portugal e no Brasil eu achei com mais contato, mais força. Essa, no meu ponto de vista, é a diferença que eu percebi aqui.
Thank you, Salsa, for translating the question. So Igor says that for here in the United States, he's felt like it's a more technical, more positional game, unlike in Portugal and Brazil, where there's been more contact and more kind of overall and like strength and
we'll go over to Eduardo on the Zoom.
Hey Igor, yeah, my question was kind of similar to that. The play different. How is it different here from Brazil? But did you hear about MLS in Brazil? And did you get a chance to talk to any players before coming and making that decision to move to MLS? Thank you.
Então, a pergunta é quase a mesma. Primeiro, como é um jogo diferente nos Estados Unidos que no Brasil. E também, se você já ouviu falar da MLS no Brasil e se você conversou com algum jogador que joga nessa liga.
Então, no Brasil é um jogo mais de contato, um jogo mais como se diz? É um jogo mais de contato, de mais força. E eu ouvi falar pouco da MLS quando estava no Brasil e não tive nenhum contato com nenhum jogador aqui na MLS.
So he said that again in Brazil, one of the biggest differences is that it's more of a hard contact sport, more of a physical kind of game, and that prior to joining the MLS, he hadn't really heard much about it, and he did not talk to anyone who was in MLS before.
Okay, we'll go over to Daniel Adams.
Igor, you've had the opportunity to be teammates with world-class players like Olivier Giroud and Hugo Lloris. Can you talk about your experience with them?
Could you just say the name of the second player that you mentioned? Sorry.
Oh, it's Hugo Lloris.
Então, a pergunta é, basicamente, Igor, você tem tido a experiência de jogar com muitos jogadores bem conhecidos, bem reconhecidos, como Olivier Giroud e Hugo Lloris? E como tem sido essa experiência de jogar com jogadores assim?
Isso pra mim é muito especial, estar compartilhando meu dia a dia, compartilhando a minha carreira com esses grandes jogadores que desde quando eu cheguei me apoiou, como se diz, me recebeu muito bem, e no dia a dia é um clima muito leve, sempre aderindo experiência com esses grandes jogadores.